Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. This defense for the Dolphins much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. SOS.
Another run with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Sometimes in the run game you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Eagles at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they called his number in this one.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete.
One play at a time.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
But they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight left. 4 down, check.
Hurts. This is intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Red.
On 2nd and 1, Tua escaping the pressure right. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
22.
You don't want none. Mike 7. Mike 7. Squeeze, double.
Steal, black, hustle.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
I got you, boy.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
Calling an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Devontae Smith, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. On the slant, he's got Sanders. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, their last two drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darren Waller, 53 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horror, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check.
Check, Bobcat, check, let's go.
Second down, back to Sanders. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Right there.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
43 in the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Eagle blue.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43. All day. All day. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. You must be.
On second and 9, Tua. It's Hill, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Come on, set. Black 40.
Check, 43. Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Back. Tighten up.
Mike, 60. Ready.
On first down, here's Breida. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Close, 10.
Check the backer.
You, yellow. Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. Yellow, 43.
Let him know.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Throw left side complete. That's Fields. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
You see this a lot on corner blitzes because they don't often get a shot at the quarterback, so they want to take it when they can. But this time, the hit came too late. Easy call for the official.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 8. Mike 8. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Shift.
Big Lion.
Hey, watch the shift.
Ready.
Now back to throw. And connecting quickly with Goddard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Looking to throw.
I'm here all day.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air. And, of course,
Hurts fumbles it, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
18, pioneer. Go street.
In motion left is Watkins.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Ready, go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Mostert off the read option. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of...
Touchdown, Dolphins! Devontae Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
On first down, Hurts. Sanders has it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Come on, my game, not here.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
I'm coming after you. My game. No check.
Hey, smash.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Man left, even. 4 down.
3, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Here we go. My game.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 48 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Ready? 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Striker. 3. Let's go.
A run with Mostert up the middle. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
44's mine.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great Hurts fumbles it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 64 yards. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Let's go now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get off the field, D.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Fields. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
Check. Joker. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Viking 18. Check it. Hey, smash Bronco.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Strong right. Hey.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but the bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Come on. Hey, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Going for it with Sanders. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Ready, go.
Second down, here's an option right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked.
Here we go. Set. 95.
We own them. No.
Ready.
Once again, it's Mostert. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter,
Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Miami, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia,